Self-hypnosis. Now, this is what's going to form you into the person you want to be. This is going right down into your default programming and manually changing it. Your subconscious always listens to you, always. So if you try something and you fail and you go, oh, I'm a loser, fuck's sake, why did I do that? Guess what you're going to become? You're going to become a loser. If you fall, like every winner does, every winner, every successful person has fell over, they failed, and you go, I'll never give up. We go again. Guess what you're going to believe? You never give up, you go again. And this is going to go right down to your core. Now, this is so important because your subconscious is active for 99% of the day. You need to tell yourself exactly what you want to become. Your mind listens. It's not as good as saying it inside your mind because your subconscious actually listens to the surroundings. It's trying to pick up senses, things you see. It's trying to take in all of these things to try program the environment, to know what's dangerous and what's not. So you really need to speak these out loud. Now, I've put the link into what I listen to every morning and night, and I've drilled it into my brain. It's an absolute motivator. It tells you exactly what you want to become, what you want to be, why you want to be it, and are you going to give up? No. So listen to that every morning, every night, and it should really install. Now, how long will that take? It takes 66 days to form new behavioral patterns. So if you tell yourself you are the best for 66 days, every morning, every night, after 66 days, you're going to have behavioral patterns, beliefs, dendritic spines in your brain that are there because they are formed after you've said, I will never give up, I'm the best. Those spines are literally there for that exact reason. So when shit hits the fan, guess what? You're never going to give up. You're going to keep going and keep going. Now, this is why it's so important. An example for me and how it affected me. I didn't know this was going to work. I like showers. I shower every morning, every night. I like to chill in them, sit down, relax, with a little candle, all that good stuff. I find it as a place of kind of just, I'm out of, away from my phone, I'm away from the world. It's just a relaxing place with the water falling down. So what I'd do is when the glass steamed up, I'd write on the glass, I am the best. I am fearless. I am calm. I am happy. I am the best to convince myself that I will be a winner. I'm fearless because I don't want to be scared. I'm calm because I don't want to be anxious. And I'm happy because I don't want to be depressed. Now, all these four things, if I was to believe it, would turn me into an animal. It really would. I'm not scared of anything. I'm constantly calm, stoic. I'm constantly happy. I am the best. If I could believe these things, if I could really install them, it would be incredible. So I'd write them on the steam. And what would happen is the steam on the shower would eventually clear the words away. So I'd write them again, clear the words away. A few seconds later, I'd write it again and again and again, and it would keep going every morning, every night, every morning, every night. Then, just before I go to bed, because my mind would wander all these different places and I wanted to kind of keep it focused on one thing, what I'd do is imagine in my mind, I'd write out, just with my eyes, all the same affirmations. I am the best. I am calm. I am fearless. I'm happy. And I could see the words right there in my eyes. When I close my eyes, I could see them. Sometimes when I'm a little bit conscious, I'd get my hand and I'll just write it in tune with my eyes. I am the best. With my hands, everything in my mind is rooting to these fucking points. I'll do it all the time. Fast forward 90 days later. So this was this year in January. It comes to March. I start believing it. I can feel myself starting to believe it. I'll be going doing things where I was scared to do, and I believe it. Now, affirmations convince. Action solidifies. So when you have these beliefs and you starting to, you start to believe it, solidify these affirmations with action. So what I did was I set myself 3 tests. Now I hated driving long distances before, so I decided to drive from England to Wales, about a 4.5 hour drive. Before I was scared to do longer than like 20 minutes. So that's pushing myself. I was then going to camp out at Snowdon after climbing the mountain. So now I'm in a tent away from home by myself, sleeping far, far away. Before I would shit myself, but I want to do this. And this is test 1. Right. So I go 4.5 hours. The journey was pretty good actually. It was fine. I climbed Snowdon, no problem. There was a few moments where I felt a bit scared, a bit trepidatious, but I shut them down and I carried on going for it. I climbed to the top, I climbed back down, I camped. It was a great night. I thought to myself, there's no reason to be scared. I'm not in danger. You start to resort back to all the different things all the weapons that you have. Mine's foster-based questioning. I'll ask myself questions, yes or no questions. If the answer's, am I in danger, and the answer's no, then I'm fine. There's no reason to be anxious. But we'll go on to that in a little bit later. So anyway, test number 1, complete, boom, action, solidified what I've been telling myself. I had another test. I booked flights to Edinburgh. Next thing, I hated flying. So I booked flights with my girlfriend. We're going to go even further now. We're going to fly this time and we're going to see how I cope. It's 2 nights as well. Did that, test 2 completed. My final and last test. I'm now going to fly from England to Spain. Now, I bottled this flight 3 years ago. All my friends planned to go on a lad's holiday to Spain, and I couldn't do it. I was too anxious. I was too scared. So this was a big thing to me. It's the first time I'm going to be in a different country outside of the UK without my parents. I'm going to be 2 of my closest friends, but still, they're not my parents, and that's what I'm used to. So I was scared. Longest flight by myself. Yeah, it was a big thing. That's why it was test number 3. I'd been building to this moment. A week went by. I had a great time. I smashed it. Got home. 3 tests completed, and I just solidified to myself that I am the best. I am calm. I am happy, and I'm fearless. Now, what I want you to do going away from this is think of a few affirmations that you really want to form your beliefs. It might be the same ones as me. It could be something different. Tweak it a little bit. It's up to you. When you've got this, write it down, repeat it constantly, live it, experience it. And when you have those written down for 66 days, 90 days, it might take you a bit longer. Just don't give up. The first few months, you'll feel like, maybe the first month, you feel like nothing's happening. And it's because at that time it's not. After 66 days or a month or however long it may take, you start feeling it. You'll start believing it. And then when you start believing it, I want you to set up 3 tests for yourself. 3 tests where once completed, you go, actually, that's something I would never have done before. I couldn't have done it before without this. It's hard, but you'll prepare for it, and you'll find your mind prepares for it in a way that you didn't believe it once would. We're very powerful. Our minds are very, very powerful, and they can do things that we never really thought we could. So set those tests up 3 months or 4 months after you've gone relentless with these affirmations, convincing yourself what you will believe you are and what you are. Become it and solidify it with action.